What if your flowers didn't feel like they were just floating on the page? Hello, I'm Tanya Miller. If you've been following along this series, you already know we started with the Daisy practice sheet, where we learned the basic of painting this flower. Then we moved from using those light gray guides to painting on a blank page. And from there, we jumped into watercolor paper with more confidence. We created our first compositions, and last week, we used color values to add more depth to our paintings. And today, we are going to explore something new: backgrounds. Adding a background is a simple way to make your painting feel more complete, to create atmosphere, to give your flowers a place to live instead of just floating on the page. And there is nothing wrong with that clean look. But if you've been thinking about trying something new, here it is for you to explore. The idea of all these videos is for you to see everything you can do, so you can start noticing what you love repeating, what feels exciting to you, what makes you want to keep exploring, and slowly start finding your own way of doing things. Make it yours. I'm here to open your imagination, to help you play. And this is just the beginning. So tell me, what ideas can you come up with? Let's explore a few simple ways to create backgrounds. Background 1. I'm covering the paper with water and adding a very diluted green here and there, very light. Remember, watercolor dries lighter than it looks when it's wet. Background 2. For this one, I'm using color values again. Why do I say it again? Because in the last week video, we talked about this, painting very light daisies in the background. And later, we'll paint the flowers on top. There is a tip. Make sure your background is completely dry before painting on top. Background 2. This time, I'm not covering the whole surface, just an area. Maybe the center, or where the flowers will be. You can try different ways. Mine is going to be in the center. Background 4. Here, I'm combining ideas. A soft wash first. Let it dry, and then add light shapes on top once it's dry. While waiting for this one to dry, I'll paint the next idea. Background 5. And for this one, I'm adding more colors. This one is similar to the first one, but with additional colors. This last one is a little more complex. We are not going to go deep into it, but I still wanted to try it. You paint the flower first, let it dry, and then we'll come back to it. This is a simple way to explore the wet on wet technique, that soft, blurry effect watercolor creates. It's time to paint the daisies on top. Remember how we learned to paint daisies with the practice sheet? Once we learned the basic brush strokes, we were able to use color values to make them feel less flat and give them depth and volume. Because we are exploring possibilities, the areas are small, so we'll paint maybe 1 or 2 flowers on each back. Use any of the transfer methods that works best for you. I'll use the one where I simplify the flower shape and use it as a guide. I let the petals dry. Then paint the centers. And finish with stems and leaves. Here you have your first finished piece. Remember to always have a piece of watercolor paper to test your colors. I'm starting with a light mix for the petals. I decide where my flowers will go and I start painting. You can use a hair dryer to speed up the drying process. I paint the second round of petals and let them dry. Before painting the darker petals, I paint the centers to avoid mixing the blue and yellow. Now they are ready for the final petals. And I finish with some leaves. Now that we are more familiar with the process, I'm doing the same again. For the next two, I'll paint them at the same time, so I can keep working while one dries and then move to the other one. Coming back to the last one. The idea is to leave a white space between the flower shapes and the background. You can still try it, but it might need a bit more practice. Unlike this, we explore simple ways for you to practice. Another tip, for this part, I really recommend using watercolor paper. We are using more water and the paper makes a big difference. And this is something I want you to remember. It's not that one way is better than the other. Everything we've done so far works. This is just part of exploring, trying new things, and discovering what feels right for you. We started from the basics, from learning brushstrokes, to painting flowers, to working on blank pages, to watercolor paper, to compositions, to color values, and now backgrounds. This can be so many things for you. A way to grow as an artist, a way to relax, a creative moment just for you, or something you want to share with others. Whatever it is, it's yours. Now that we've explored these backgrounds in the sketchbook, let's finish this video the same way we've been doing, with a bookmark and a greeting card. I'll start with the bookmark. First, I paint the background. Let it dry completely. And now, using one of the transfer methods from a previous video, I painted daisies on top. Remember to clean the pencil marks. Those small details make a difference. Now for the greeting card. Same process. I start with water and a very diluted green to create a soft background that doesn't compete with the flowers. Then I paint the daisies the way we've been practicing. And just like that, we have a bookmark and a greeting card for this week. I hope you paint along with me and not only try what I'm showing you here, but also everything you can come up with. Try these backgrounds, play around, change them, make them yours, and tell me, what would you try next? Don't forget you can download the Daisy practice sheet for free in the description below. And if you haven't watched the previous videos, go to the playlist From Practice to Your Own Art so you can follow the whole journey step by step. And if you'd like to learn more flowers, I also have a workshop where I guide you through 14 different ones with practice sheets included. In the next video, I'll show you how to add simple details that can make a big difference using wash, markers, and more. All right, it's your time to play and explore. Until next time, keep playing.